Hello everyone, welcome to Mpumalanga Mathematics and Physical Science YouTube channel. Today we're looking at Grade 10 Maths Paper 1, June 2024 um, exam paper, and our focus will be on question 3, which is functions. And we're given the graphs below f of x is equals to negative x squared plus q, and g of x is equals to m times x, not m of x plus 4 are drawn below. Well, the sketch was not printable, so we had to redraw the graphs, whereby A and C are the x-intercepts of f, B is the point um, of the y-intercept of both graphs f and g, and both graphs intersect at point B and point C. First question says write down the value of q. Now, when you talk about the value of q, it's 3.1.1. If you look at the graph of f of x, graph of f of x is given by ax squared plus q, and q is the y-intercept. And you're also given the graph of g of x, which is equals to mx plus 4. Now, this is also coming from a y is equals to mx plus c. And your c value is the same as the q value since they said in the statement. And therefore, your q value will be equal to a 4. 3.1.2, the range of f. Now that you know the value of q, it's easy to say f of x is equals to um, negative x squared plus 4. It's easy to determine the range, since the range is from where will the graph come from all the way down, which the range is all sets of the y-axis. The range starts from the value of positive 4 going all the way down to the y values. Therefore, you can represent that as y is less than or equal to a 4, or we say y is an element of all the negative values to negative infinity um, from up until positive 4 included. And in 3.21, the coordinates of the x-intercepts of f, coordinates of the x-intercepts of f is 3.2.1, coordinates of x-intercept. When we say x-intercept, we let y be equal to 0. So we know that y is equals to negative x squared plus 4, and this is 0 is equals to minus x squared plus 4. And thus we take x squared, negative x squared to the left, which is equals to a 4. I like to rewrite this in order to apply my square root properly. And I can remember to put plus or minus. And now our final answer will be x is equals to plus or minus 2, such that since these are x-intercepts, we saw that on the left x-intercept is point A, on the right is point C. So we are going to say that point A, which is on the left, is a minus 2 is to 0, and then point C is a positive 2 is to 0. 3.2.2, calculate the length of AC. Now that we have the 2 points, AC, that's 3.2.2. We can simply use our analytical geometry to say x1, y1, x2, y2. Then we use the length AC is given by x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. And we substitute our values here. X2 is a 2 minus negative 2 squared plus is 0 minus 0 squared. And then this will give us value of 4. Or we can say, if we look at the graph, from the minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, and 2, how many units are you moving to get to the 2? You're moving 1, 2, 3, 4 units. But this one is a grade, I don't know, grade 3 or grade 4 method, whereas this is more ideal. Now in 3.3, they say why is the value of m less than 0? The value of m, which is the gradient of the graph of g of x. Why is it less than 0? Okay, 3.3. You can see that the graph is starting from left to right in a decreasing function. So the graph is decreasing, and therefore it has a negative gradient. That would be the reason for 3.3. Let's check 3.4. Hence show that the value of m is negative 2. The value of m is negative 2. All right. 3.4. When I show the value of m, you have the point B here, which says 0 is to 4, and you have the point C here, which says 2 is to 0. Now, from those two, let's calculate the gradient x1, y1, x2, y2. Now, gradient m is given by y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now, this is equal to 0 minus 4 over a 2 minus 0, which gives us a minus 4 over 2, which is equal to minus 2. And 3.4. So now we need to move on to 3.5.1, which I need to add 3.5.1. For which values of x is f of x decreasing? 3.5.1. F of x. Now the graph of f of x is looking like this. And as we move from here, we're going up, 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 up until we get to the turning point here, which is the value of q. Then we start going down, 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 down. Now, the question is asking us for which values of x is the graph of x decreasing. Now, what is the x value when we get to the turning point? The x value when we get to the turning point is 0. So all the values going to the right are when the graph is decreasing. Therefore, we can write this down as x is greater than 0 because it's all the positive x values. And then 3.5.2 is asking us for which values of x is f of x minus g of x equal to a 0. Right. So I'll give one format for this one. And the one format is to say f of x is equals to negative x squared plus 4. G of x is equals to negative 2x plus 4. And they said for which values of x will f of x minus g of x equals to 0. Now the graph of f of x is given by a negative x squared plus 4 minus, in bracket, negative 2x plus 4 equals 0. Now we simplify this. Negative x squared plus 4 plus 2x minus 4 equals to 0. And then this becomes a negative x squared. 4 minus 4 is a 0 plus 2x is equals to 0. And now we can divide throughout by negative 1 so that we get x squared minus 2x equals to 0. And then we factor out x, we left it x minus 2 is equals to 0. So we can get x is equals to 0, or x minus 2 is equals to 0, of which x is equals to positive 2. Now that's for which values of x will f of x minus g of x equal to a 0. Sometimes you can easily spot that from the graph. And second last question, for which values of x will f of x times g of x be less than or equal to 0? Now this one wants us to pay attention to the graph. 3.5.3. So we have a graph like this. I'm just going to draw it freehand. And then we have our g of x here. So I'm going to use green to indicate positives. Now we're looking for when f of x times g of x gives us a value that is less than 0. This is our f of x. This is our g of x. And in this side, the graph is negative and this one is negative, 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 until it gets to here, it's 0. And then it's gonna be a positive, 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 until it's still positive, 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 positive. All this side is positive, positive, until it gets here, then it starts becoming negative, negative, negative. And this one continues to be positive, 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 positive throughout. Now, why am I writing down those signs? They're looking for the y values, of which when you have a y value multiplied by another y value of g, you get a value that is less than. If you multiply any of these values, you're going to get a positive value. But if you multiply this value and this value, if you multiply this value and this value, you can still get a positive value. And here, positive and positive, 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 when you multiply those two values. But as soon as you multiply this value here and from this value here, if you check this point here, if you multiply this value, this y value which is minus 2 and this y value which you will get from the graph of g of x, you're going to get 0. And if you multiply the negative here with the positive value here, you're going to get a value that is less than, all the way, less than, less than, less than, less than. So which means the x value where that statement is true. Starts from when x is equals to -2 going to the left. And therefore, we can say the answer to this is x is less than or equal to -2. Or we can put it as x is an element of negative infinity up to -2 included. Second last question. What transformation does the graph of f undergo such that the range is now y is equal to greater, huh? I think it's y is greater or equal to -4. I think there was a minor mistake on that question, possibly a typo. 3.6. Alright, the graph was like this and had a 4. Now the range is y is what? Go back to it quickly. Y is greater or equal to. So when they say greater or equal to, that means the graph is now changed shape. Greater or equal to a 4, which means the graph has been flipped. Now, if you can check this flip, this range actually, this range was saying y is less than or equal to a 4. Now the range is saying y is greater than or equal to a 4. It means the graph has been flipped about or along the x-axis line. So the reflection that has been done, or transformation, is a reflection along the x-axis. Last question, 3.7. After the transformation mentioned in 3.6, a new function k of x was formed. Write down the equation of k of x. K of x. Okay, now that's 3.7. So you have k of x, of which is changing the y or the whole function upside down, which means you have changed it from a negative to a positive. Excuse me. But this is how it happens. If you are moving something along the x-axis, the x-axis remains the same. The only thing that changes sign is the y-axis. And therefore, this will be negative f of x. But we know that our f of x is given by negative x squared plus a 4. Therefore, our new equation will be x squared minus a 4. Thank you for watching and good luck to your exams. We'll try by all means that we do as many questions as we can. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.